Welcome to Ancient Origins Uncovered, where we reveal the forgotten truths carved into the earliest memories of humanity. Imagine a catastrophic flood, endless rain, rising waters swallowing cities and lives, until the world goes silent. You're thinking of the Bible. You're thinking of Noah. But long before the Bible ever told this story, another civilization had already written it down. The first great flood story didn't come from Genesis. It came from ancient Mesopotamia, thousands of years earlier, etched into clay tablets by the world's first civilization. Today, we dive into the story of the gods who decided humanity was a mistake, and the one God who refused to let us die. And if you think you know how this ends, you don't. Travel with me to Mesopotamia, around 2,000 years before the birth of Christ. Here, the first writers in history carved their fears, beliefs, and divine dramas into clay. One of their most powerful works is the legend of Atrahasis, older than the biblical flood, and it explains why the gods nearly erased humanity. Humans, they believed, were created to do the labor of the gods. But humanity multiplied, cities rose, voices filled the earth, and one God had enough. That God was Enlil, Lord of air, order, and authority. Humanity was too loud, too alive, too present. Their existence disturbed the divine realm. So Enlil summoned the council of the gods. There, a decision was made. Not punishment, not correction, eradication. A flood would come, and the gods swore an oath. No warning, no mercy, no betrayal of the plan. Humanity would not see it coming. But what Enlil didn't expect was that one God would break everything. Because not all gods are alike. There was one who did not see humanity as a mistake. Enki, God of wisdom, life, and compassion. He heard the decree. He felt the silence pressing down like fate, and inside him, something refused to obey. Not rebellion for pride, compassion, responsibility. Because if you create life, you owe something to it. Enki could not break the oath. He could not speak to humans directly. So he did something subtle and brilliant. He spoke to a wall, the reed wall of a house, knowing the man inside, Atrahasis, would hear. Build a great ship, seal it with bitumen, take your family, preserve life. Atrahasis listened. And while the gods tried to erase mankind, one whisper rewrote fate. When the heavens opened and the world turned to water, one vessel endured. For 7 days and 7 nights, the storm raged. Cities disappeared, temples shattered, voices fell silent. Even the gods themselves were horrified by what they had done. The mother goddess Nintu wept for the humans she had created. And when the waters finally receded, humanity was not gone, because one God refused to stay silent. Atrahasis offered sacrifice, and the gods gathered, not proud, but ashamed. They allowed humanity to live, but with limits, mortality, disease, shorter lifespans. not cruelty, control, a fragile balance between divine power and human existence. But here is the twist no holy book ever told you. This story is older than the Bible. Not a copy, the origin. The first attempt to understand disaster, suffering, and survival. And sometimes, myth isn't fantasy. Sometimes it is memory. Because in the middle of the Sahara Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, we have found whale bones, entire skeletons. Once, that desert was ocean, water where there is now endless sand. Proof that Earth has drowned before. Proof that ancient people did not invent flood terror from nothing. They remembered. Not perfectly, not scientifically, but deeply. So when we read these ancient tablets, we don't just see myth. We see fear. We see awe. We see trauma turned into story. We see gods that feel more human than divine. And we see humanity refusing to disappear. Because sometimes survival begins with a whisper. And if this ancient truth already challenges what you thought you knew, wait until you see what else the tablets reveal. This was only the beginning. Welcome to Ancient Origins Uncovered.